Hey everyone, SweetJohnnyCage here, back with another guide for Final Fantasy VII Remake. This time I'm going to show you how to take down Abzu, the boss under Wall Market. This boss is weak to fire, so you want to make sure that you have your fire materia equipped and leveled up as high as possible. I do have Firaga available to me, but it does cost a lot of MP, so I'm not going to use it too much, but it is extremely effective. Starting off in the fight, you want to have Aerith put down an arcane ward, and any spells cast, or any damaging spells cast in this area will be double. So you want to have whoever your firecaster is stand in here, and then you want to target Horn. The horns are the boss's weak point, as you can see there, weak to fire, and then it's going to fall to the ground, and we can now start building the stagger meter. Spells do not build the stagger meter very high. You do have to rely on physical attacks for that, especially attacks that are designed to build stagger, such as Focus Thrust. But after casting several fire spells on the boss, especially on the horns, it will catch on fire, and then it's going to jump into the nearby sewer and put itself out. When it does this, after it puts itself out, you kind of have a moment to heal up, get your bearings, but then it will jump back onto the platform. So you want to not be where it's jumping. It's usually near an edge, so if you take it down near the edge and it jumps in, just back your characters away. This way they don't get hit. So he has an ability called Backwash. This will create pools of poison that will then explode from the ground, and they can splash onto characters, and anybody hit with this goop will be poisoned. So you want to make sure you have Poisona, or at least antidotes in your inventory to deal with that. So you want to have your Firecaster keep standing in the Arcane Ward. This will make it so, like I mentioned, their attacks will be double cast. It only works for attacking spells, not for healing spells. So as the boss is down, build up your ATB, and then you want to keep casting fire whenever you can. So we're going to do that again here. Firaga, it's very expensive. Try not to cast it too much, but it is super effective, so just keep that in mind. And as you can see, he's very weak to it. It does kind of push him back. And then we're going to go in with Tifa. We're going to use her focus, and then we are going to try to use Rise and Fall on the boss. If you have an elemental materia, which I do have a guide for where that is in the Sector 4 plate interior. If you have that, I recommend putting it on Aerith with a fire materia. This way her attacks are all fire-based. When the boss is standing on the walls, the only way to attack him is either Aerith's normal attack or Tempest, and then a spell. So if you have fire and elemental, her little pulses, her magic pulses, will also be empowered with fire. The boss can pin down one of your party members, so when that happens, I recommend casting fire, trying to get him to back off. The fire usually does have a good impact. As you can see, we broke a horn, so now the boss is going to... I do believe this causes him to be more susceptible to pressure. I'm not 100% sure if that's true, but at the very least, we broke off the horn, and it did something to him. So the boss can use a ground pound ability. While this is happening, I recommend backing everyone else away, because it is a bit of an AoE, and it can blast everybody back. So he will also chase people while slamming onto the ground. This is quite deadly, so you want to just keep rolling away, heal up anybody that got damaged by that. You will go through a lot of ethers. I actually found you go through more ethers in this game than any other Final Fantasy game, in my opinion. I don't know why that is, but yeah, maybe Magic's too overpowered, and it's just fun to use. This game is just fun to play, honestly. So, boss now has jumped onto the ceiling. We'll switch back to Aerith, start throwing some spells his way, build up some stagger, build up the ATB, and then we're going to try to get into the Arcane Ward, cast fire again. And we're going to go ahead and summon Ifrit. Ifrit, being a fire summon, is just going to work wonders in this fight. And you'll notice that once we bring him out, the boss is just going to start dying really quick. We're going to start chunking through health like nobody's business. So once Ifrit is out, I recommend building ATB with one of your characters who does not have fire materia. And then you want to go ahead and spend that ATB with Ifrit. If you use his 2 ATB ability, this is going to do a ton of damage. And it also has a chance of setting the boss on fire, just like you see there. So once the boss is on fire, he will jump into the sewer again, and then you can just kind of rinse and repeat. But while the boss is, flailing around, it's free damage, and it's also a good time to have Ifrit start using abilities on him. When the boss jumps back out, he'll be below 50% health, and you'll notice that his horn is glowing. This means that he is enraged, and all of his attacks will be empowered even stronger. So his ground pound will go even longer. His attacks will do more damage. And he also has a chance of using an ability that you'll see here called Black Water Blast. I think this actually should be Backwater Blast, but when he's doing this, just pay attention to the sewer hole that the water is going to charge out of. And then anybody standing in here will be poisoned. They'll take a bunch of damage, so you want to do your best to back away all your characters from this area. With Ifrit, you just want to keep using Radiant Plume. Keep spending that ATB because Firaga is very, very expensive MP-wise, and Ifrit only casts ATB abilities, so it's free, pretty much. But as you can see there, we're starting to delete him really, really quick. Use Radiant Plume one more time, and the boss is going to go down pretty quick at this point, so just keep spending your ATB, and that's it. That's Abzu. After this, you have a sewers portion of the game, very reminiscent of Final Fantasy VIII, so good luck with that. But that's it. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. You can also join my new community Discord. The link for that is in the video description below. If you're looking for more guides for Final Fantasy VII Remake, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new videos go live. And if you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch. And as always, I'm SweetJohnnyCage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
This one's for you! Doing better now?
Let's do this.